It is Monday, July the 18th, 2022. Who am I? Well, I am your friend James. Who are you? You are you. We are here for the 9th installment of the Radio Shack Retrospective. Now, if you're saying to yourself, James, why the elongated pauses in between each word that coagulate to construct that sentence? It is because I really want for you to understand and feel the enormity of what we are doing moments before going live on twitch.tv/@home-with-James. Friend of the show, Vance Gillis, who you might remember from his last appearance when he defeated both Dave and Andy Asaf single-handedly in the Ultimate Holiday Trivia Showdown, sent me this instant message via Facebook Messenger. He writes, and I quote, "Dude, how long is this Radio Shack saga going to last?" As long as it takes. We are currently 1 hour and 38 minutes into a 2+ hour compilation of Radio Shack commercials that begin in the 70s and take us all in to the mid-2010s. Earlier today, as I was shopping at local grocers market, Super C, which stands for super cheap, was on the phone with my mother. She asked, "Is it Radio Shack again tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "For how much longer?" And I said, "As long as it's going to take." But here's the dealio, cool kids. An hour and 38 minutes in, we are embarking and we are approaching the precipice and the climax of this. And in order to do this, this is when you start to bring in the big guns. Now, of course, the one and only Dave Kaufman is going to be here. But when you need the big guns, you call Cathy Fagan on the phone. Cathy Fagan, 20 minutes ago, left an improv class to be here, walking in the disgusting, hot, sweaty, muggy July rain, stomping her way down the street, looking like an old newspaper that's been blowing through the wind. What a horrible thing to say about one of the guests that is appearing on the show. But I stand by it because I was out in that rain. I had the same wet feet, the same wet hat, the same wet everything. But this is what this retrospective does. It brings people together for the better and the worse, emphasis on the worse. So if you're asking yourself, why wait? Let's get to it. I agree. Please welcome tonight's guests, Cathy Fagan and Dave Kaufman, to tonight's program. Cathy, I have to begin with you. I need to acknowledge and apologize for referring. Well, apparently we're having a technical difficulty, and I thought the intro was going well. You know, last Wednesday there was a blooper, blunder, and boner, and I've received the official word that we're good. Cathy, as I was saying, I have to acknowledge what I said. I referred to you as an old newspaper flying in the.
That's okay. I did look like a wet newspaper.
Yeah.
Flopping around on the road.
Okay, so you and I had that in common. I was also flopping around in the road on my way to Super Cheap to buy some food.
Yeah, I felt pretty gross my whole improv class. I feel pretty gross right now.
Now, was it all kind of like muggy and sticky in there?
Yeah, it was pretty muggy and sticky. I'm not convinced that the air conditioning was on.
Well, you know, we're going to have to send in a formal complaint.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that.
Dave, let's go to you. Moments before getting on the air. What's that now?
Said, what's up?
What's up? Well, I want to talk to you about something. Moments before going on the air, you got a text from your wife saying that your daughter refuses to sleep and that she's singing in her bedroom.
That's true, yeah.
Any predictions of what she's singing?
It's probably like the ABC song. You know that one?
All right. Yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah. But okay, so she's going to bed while learning.
Well, yeah, but she knows it already, so it would be like if you went to bed singing it, because you know it already.
Yeah. Well, it could be, maybe that's her method of counting sheep. Cathy, what do you think about a small child singing the ABCs in bed?
I think it's really cute. I think that she's learning to self-soothe and figure out a way to sing herself to sleep.
Just far more of an incredible answer than Dave.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's not true.
What's not true? But the answer was more incredible. It was, in my opinion.
Well,
yeah, drink up.
All right.
Well, let's move on from this because this conversation is going nowhere fast. Dave, we're an hour and 38 minutes into the Radio Shack commercial compilation. How you feeling going into tonight's 9th edition?
I'm feeling pretty good. I got a nice bit of rest over the weekend. Did you hear that beep?
Sure did. I would call it more of a ding.
It's an alarm went off my computer.
Sounds like a carbon monoxide alarm.
It's not. It's a cryptocurrency price alarm.
Oh, what is it? Is it because Ethereum is rising?
Whoa. No. Different. It's because of a Solana.
I think as you said that Ethereum was rising, Kathy, Dave's penis began to rise with that moan of glee.
No, I'm underexposed to Ethereum right now, so I hope it goes down a little bit so I can pick some up.
Well, Dave, you were saying you got some rest over the weekend. What does that entail?
Rest from watching Radio Shack commercials.
Okay. All right. Kathy, how was your
weekend? It's been a lot. We've been doing a lot of these episodes.
Yeah, okay. Just relax, Dave. Kathy,
I'm just saying we've been doing a lot of them.
You went to the Bridgerton experience.
I did, but I went camping the night before that, actually. I was at Oka Park, and I woke up that morning, went home, immediately got ready for the ball, and then went to the Bridgerton ball.
All right. What was that like? Was it relaxing? Did it prepare you for what was to come, which is tonight's Radio Shack Retrospective?
Yeah, I feel rejuvenated. Like I've got a grip on my assessment abilities.
All right. Well, Kathy, we've noticed you in the chat as of late, so you've seen a variety of these commercials. What do you think thus far based on what you've seen?
I haven't seen the last few episodes. I will say that it was very Tandy heavy, so I'm hoping that we see a little bit of diversity. I feel like once we start getting into 2000, 2010, that's like when tech really started to pop off. Hoping we see some PlayStations. Hope we see some Xboxes. Yeah.
We've yet to see any video game consoles. We've seen some handheld games, but that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
Okay, cool. I hope that we see some tonight.
All right, Dave, any predictions of what you think we'll be seeing? More Howie Long?
I think more celebrity athletes. I think we're going to see a bit more Shaq, hopefully. And, I'm excited for it.
Now, last week we also saw, which shocked all of us, a 9/11 Radio Shack commercial. I'm wondering if tonight we'll see anything equally shocking. I don't know if that will be something that is ever to be topped.
Can you describe the commercial?
Very vague. It was a melange of celebrities kind of vaguely talking about freedom and living and things like that. And then there was just the Radio Shack stinger at the end. Now, Dave, I want to get to you because we can hear a lot of your computer noises. There's a lot of
yeah, that's weird.
Are you currently trading right now?
No, I'm trying to my phone. I'm trying to silence it, but the silencing won't work for some reason.
Well, now what if you had just hit the volume all the way down?
I guess I could. But now
What
I'm
if you
concerned that my phone is that all right? Okay.
You should see the Geek Squad in Radio Shack.
Well, now the Geek Squad
is that's Best Buy, Kathy.
Buy.
Let's not get it twisted, sister.
Hey, listen, they had their equivalent.
All right.
I've repaired my phone, and silent mode is on.
All right, so that brings us to the conclusion of the most boring moment in history. Does Dave's phone silence itself?
Well, we can always try to top that tonight.
Well, I think we will. Now, Dave, prior to tonight's episode, we were debating whether or not we recap some of the tweets because we both felt that Radio Shack's Twitter was getting less funny. I found a couple funny ones, and I thought maybe tonight, for the first time, you and I could both read them together as friends.
Sure, we could read them together. We can read them together as collaborators.
Or friends.
Or just people who do some collaboration together.
Now, Kathy, what do you think about Dave's temperament tonight? Seems a little off to me.
Yeah, I think
he says he was relaxed over the weekend, but I don't buy what he's selling. Seems on edge.
I think he's bubbling over under the surface. There's something that's just tinkering in there. It's boiling. Something happened.
Yeah. Something is going on.
What do you think's going on?
Let's get to the tweets. Now, I found one that.
Let me just say this though.
Yeah.
Maybe throughout the duration of the episode, you can sort of get to the bottom of whatever my problem is.
Well, I'm wondering if it has something to do with your daughter not going to sleep and your wife texting you about it.
Could be.
I think it has something to do with the ABCs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's work.
Could be work. Yeah. It could be a combination of a variety of things. I used this word earlier. Could be a melange. So if you're in the chat watching right now, let us know what's wrong with Dave. Let us know. Hashtag it. What's wrong with Dave? And the best answer gets my kiss of the night. Dave, let's get to some of the tweets.
Sure. Let's start with this one. Squirters are always nice, but it honestly looks nicer when she's a creamer.
All right, so that one is a little salacious. Kathy, what do you think about that tweet coming from Radio Shack? It's very vulgar.
I hope that they're talking about super soakers.
Imagine just filling up a super soaker full of coffee cream.
Oh, yeah.
Clogged in the pipe thing in tubes. I like this one from Radio Shack. Quote, saw her selfie and just moaned in front of an entire Radio Shack board of directors. The reason it made me laugh because I imagined someone moaning in a meeting maybe that I could be at and how I'd really enjoy that.
I think that whoever is running the account went from putting a lot of effort into being witty to just trying to say the most angry sexual shit that he could possibly say.
Okay. Well, on the subject of that, we have, quote, I just blew that candle like a squirter. So it's a lot of squirt talk. But then they followed up with, quote, she don't want you.
What does squirting have to do with blowing?
Dave, what do you think? You've been following this account. Something fierce.
I guess you could, if you could squirt out a candle.
I guess so. Have you ever squirted out a candle?
With a water pistol, yeah.
Have you actually?
Not a birthday candle, but with a candle, yeah.
Sharpshooter.
No. James, have you?
I can't say that I have. I was not allowed to have a lot of water guns as a child.
Why?
The thought was I'd cause a bit too much mischief with them, and I think that that's a fair assessment.
What would you do to them, with them?
I'll probably spray the grown-ups.
You don't strike me as a mischievous child.
I was.
He's a mischievous adult.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's carried over to adult mischief. Now, Dave, come on now. I'm not that mischievous.
I'd say you are.
All right, Dave, any other tweets you'd like to acknowledge tonight?
Nah, let's move on to the commercials.
All right. So it is the 9th installment. As mentioned, last Wednesday, we burst into the 2010s. A lot of Howie Long, a lot of Terry Hatcher, Shaquille O'Neal appeared. There's some Cal Ripken Jr. So they're in a celebrity athlete phase right now. Kathy, are there any celebrities from that time frame that you're hoping to see tonight?
Oh, I would love to see Shakira.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we're going to see a Shakira. I feel like we might see maybe we're talking the mid-2010s.
The mid-2010s, I feel like Shakira was still relevant. Maybe like a new Drake. Like Drake is just popping onto the scene.
Okay.
Maybe Drake will be there.
Now, what about a Katy Perry, maybe?
Yeah, there might be a Katy Perry.
You guys are too far in the future. There's no way any of these people are going to show up in these Radio Shack commercials.
I don't know. I saw Katy Perry in a Just Eat commercial today.
Oh, and it's excruciating. It's an excruciating commercial. It is. She wrote a jingle for it. It's a nightmare. Now, before we get into it, we've got one answer for Dave's possible brooding. This comes from Naive Adventures, quote, Dave's pissed off his Dave. Oh, quote. I'm all over the map here. Dave pissed off his wife, and he knows he's not getting laid anytime soon. So, Dave, are you feeling that you're not going to have a lot of sexual intercourse soon because you angered your wife?
I'm not too concerned about that any more than I normally would be.
Whoa. Okay.
So you're feeling it long term. This feels chronic.
or things are going well. I don't know.
Yeah, chronic sexlessness.
Chronically going well.
Yeah. Things
Dave,
are going
you know
too
what?
Well.
Dave, I'm right there with you.
With what?
You know.
Chronic
Let's start off these commercials.
Yeah, let's
Best
get.
gifts
Yeah,
ever.
Dave's
Don't miss
brooding.
it
We
this
got to get
Friday
into
and
this.
Saturday only at Radio Shack.
A Radio Shack associate suggested a mobile phone as part of a care package for my daughter, who for the first time is away for Christmas. There's nothing like a home movie and some magic to keep a holiday tradition alive. All through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And it all began with the help I got at Radio Shack.
This holiday season, save $100 on a TomTom Go 630 exclusively at Radio Shack.
Okay, first time we've seen the TomTom device, and I will also say that I love the Christmas ones. I really enjoyed that lady's apartment. I thought she was a lovely lady.
Yeah, I think that it was definitely wholesome. I will say one gripe that I had is that there wasn't like that unboxing that we all want. There was just the loose phone in a box.
Now, Kathy, I like that you're piercing right in with a very keen eye observation. This is why you're here tonight. We're bringing out the big guns. Dave, what'd you think about that one?
It's okay. I think it's amazing to me how much when you had a flip phone, were you ever taking pictures with it? I felt like it was just like I never would because they look like such shit. So like advertising that is always interesting to me.
Well, I definitely took a lot of pictures with the flip phone I got in 2008 because people just want something, I feel like. So it definitely, by the time, when is this, mid-2010s? I feel like cameras were better then.
This is like 2008 probably.
But this is the thing, right? At that time, that was the cutting edge. So the picture did look good in the same way that if we went back and looked at some photos we took with perhaps an iPhone 3 or 4, with today's eyes, we go, oh, that's not a good picture. Because, you know, technology moves, Dave. If anyone knows that, it's you, baby.
No, but even then, like now...
Hold on. No.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm going to say
Dave,
no.
I have to say before you get into it, you were pissing me off. Let's get into it, though, because I like it. All
right.
Come on, speak.
I'm about to. Let me get into it. Nowadays, you take a phone you take a picture with a phone. The picture looks just as good as like developed film. Back then, you had developed film, so you could compare your little flip phone picture, which was all like pixelated. It was tiny, with another kind of camera, a digital camera.
Yeah.
And they weren't even close. So we had digital cameras that were better back then. So people probably weren't that impressed with the phone.
Yeah, but hold on, there are cameras now that are better than an iPhone camera.
Right, but we've reached...
Technology moves fast, baby. If anyone knows that, it should be you, Dave.
It does move fast, but we've reached the point where the average person probably couldn't discern an average picture with a digital camera as an average picture with a cell phone. Back then, that wasn't the case.
I disagree, Kathy. What do you think? Current day digital cameras versus current day iPhone.
I think that the convenience of having your iPhone camera is better than a digital camera. I think that there's phones.
I don't know if
really
that answered the question that me and Dave were going back and forth on.
I tuned out, honestly, because I was getting confused about what Dave was saying.
Well, there you go. That says more than any other words need to. Let's go to the next commercial.
¿Necesitas televisor nuevo? Ven a Radio Shack por una pantalla LCD de 32 pulgadas HD. Tecnología a tu alcance.
Now, that price point is brutal. It's $7,000 for a 32-inch TV. Also, last time we were here was the first time we saw Spanish commercials, so that trend continues. What do we think about that one? It was quick and to the point.
Do we know, though, what currency that was in? Because it could easily be in a different currency.
Could be in pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In which case, it wouldn't be... Unless you disagree with me, James...
I don't disagree. No, I thought I thought you brought that point up, and I'm no longer pissed off at you.
Okay.
Someone in the chat said $700 US.
Well, we don't know what the conversion rate was back then, though.
Well, they might have.
It's true. Who were we to say they do or don't know? Kathy, what'd you think about that commercial?
So one thing that I noticed that was disconcerting to me was how easily the TV broke.
Mm-hmm.
Or was that their original TV?
I think it was the original one, which is forcing them to get a new TV. Kathy, you might be tuning out here.
No, that might be true.
It might be true because I've seen you sucking down that beer, and I'm thinking Kathy might be 3 sheets.
I'm just wasted.
I got to say, now, Dave, what do you think? Is Kathy wasted, yes or no?
I don't like how you're being so antagonistic to the guests.
Here's the thing. I'm a mischief maker.
I know.
Let's go to the next commercial.
Okay, I want to go back to what you were saying before, James, before we dive into this commercial. And that is, I feel like with a lot of these commercials, we don't know what they're advertising for until the very end pops up. Like, I'm pretty positive the phone one we were talking about was a GPS that they showed at the very end.
Yeah, the TomTom, yeah.
It was a TomTom.
Yeah. So when that TV broke, I thought they were talking about that TV.
Okay, so you thought they were advertising, hey, guys, what if we do a commercial for our new TV and show it breaking? Maybe that's why we're no longer the #1 retailer for technology. Now, what did you think about this one? I thought this was pretty clear that it was they're promoting all of the varieties of mobile devices that they've got at, quote, the Shack. The first time we've heard them use that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute.
Phones so small that even ants could carry them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did we think about the animation? Because I thought it was maybe a little bit too crappy for that time period. I feel like we saw better graphics for something like that in the 80s.
I feel like if you made it more graphical, and it would be less cute and weird.
Oh, so that's interesting.
Yeah, like
They're looking for like a cute and charming aesthetic.
James, have
Yeah,
you heard
imagine
of...
if it was like realistic, like you saw ants literally carrying phones down.
Understood? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Dave, let's go to you.
Have you heard of the Valley of the Uncanny, James?
The Valley of the Uncanny. I have not, but you have tickled my curiosity.
So this is going to the point that Kathy's making, but there's a certain valley called the Uncanny Valley where if things are just real looking enough that they're close to being real but not close enough where they're good, it's off-putting. So if the ants were any better...
That's the Uncanny Valley. And I got to say, it sounds like you were struggling to get that out there, Dave.
It could be that those ants would have been in the Uncanny Valley.
Right. All right. Understood. Let's go to the next one.
Next commercial?
Yeah, this looks like it might be part of the Uncanny Valley. All right, so once again, we're seeing maybe this is going to be part of a new series where the Radio Shack refers to themselves as the Shack. Similar to what we saw with the marching ants, it was a bunch of phones inside the water, the Uncanny Valley. Dave, what do you think about that one? I like the song.
The song was the best part of the commercial.
Yeah. Kathy, how about you?
I thought it was cute. I was wondering what their marketing strategy shifted to.
I kind of want to hear that song again.
Yeah, let's do it.
I've got a question for you guys.
Yep.
Now, do you think someone by the name of, I don't know, maybe Robin Thicke was watching this commercial and he was like, yeah, that's a pretty good beat. Why don't I
You're
come
saying
up?
Robin Thicke sampled this for Blurred Lines?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say I do think that there's a strong possibility of that. Now, Kathy, did you ever like that song, Blurred Lines?
I did, yeah. He did get sued, actually, for sampling something.
Yeah, what do we remember what he sampled? Dave, you want to go to the mainframe to check that out?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
What did Robin Thicke plagiarize? But to me, that was one of those first songs that was like, oh, I don't know if this song is okay anymore. I couldn't tell you any of the lyrics. Doesn't he go, you know you want it, I know I love it, or something like that?
Yeah. But we're listening for the background music.
Right, yeah, the Radio Shack jingle.
So they claim that he stole that beat from Marvin Gaye's song "Got to Give It Up," but I'm pretty confident that it comes from this Radio Shack commercial.
Well, so maybe the people behind current day Radio Shack, they've got an axe to grind, if they will.
Yeah, he definitely came out with that song just in the nick of time to avoid any kind of scandal, because I feel like a few years later he would have been axed.
Well, but there was a lot of songs in like the late 90s, especially kind of rap rock, the Kid Rocks of the world and things like that. They had far more vulgar and objectifying lyrics. I wonder what got them off scot-free. Well, I guess they didn't get off scot-free at the time. Probably a bunch of people protesting that music that we would have thought, oh, they're a bunch of old farts, part of my French, you know?
Or fogies.
Yeah, a couple fuddy-duddies.
And Emily Ratajkowski, or whatever her name is, made her career off that music video, off performing nude in that music video.
Wait, the music video had nudity in it?
Yeah, she was naked. She had no top on.
It was him singing, and it was two very lovely nude ladies dancing around topless.
There's something about this string of words, the very lovely nude ladies.
I mean, they're lovely ladies.
Now, Dave, can I ask, have you ever danced topless, Dave?
I have, yeah.
All right, let's get to the next commercial.
With our help at Radio Shack, you don't just buy stuff, you do stuff.
Okay, so that's our first heartfelt commercial of the night. Kathy, what did you think about that one? And would you ever send your dad a selfie?
I feel like they again pivoted from the underwater scenes, and would I send my dad a selfie? I would send my dad a selfie.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty wholesome. It was sweet.
Yeah, it felt like a kind of a fall, or rather a summer going into fall commercial. Dave, how about you? What did you think about that one? And would you send your dad a selfie?
I would not send my dad a selfie, or I have not sent my dad a selfie. So that kind of indicates that I probably wouldn't, because I've been alive a long time. But it's interesting to me that I feel like printing out digital photos was a way bigger thing at one point, and now no one really wants to do that anymore.
Well, when was the last time either of you got photos developed or printed? I couldn't even tell you.
Not that long ago. I did it, I guess, maybe around Christmas time.
What was the occasion?
I got it from my partner. I printed off pictures and put in a little picture frame. I have friends that definitely scrapbook a bunch, though.
But
so people do it.
You don't own your own printer. You go to like a place with like a USB key, right?
That is true.
Maybe
like they used to have
Copies Concordia.
Yeah, Copies Concordia or Copies McGill.
John Coutu.
Yeah, or John Coutu. People used to try
Copies 2000 as well is a good one.
That's true.
Dave, you were saying?
Staples. What about Staples? Staples.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also that place in the Eaton Center, Photo Japonaise. It's like a Kodak store. I've printed many joke gifts there.
Yeah. But
Walmart?
Sure, yeah.
Let's go to the next commercial. Thanks for that, Dave. Oh.
Fuck yeah.
All right, so it's going to be a night of jingles and backing tracks. Kathy, let's go to you first. You enjoyed this so much that you cursed during the commercial. You dropped an F yeah. What did you like about that one and why?
I just love the chaos. Like, there's no, like, it's just astronauts breakdancing on a floor.
Yeah, for Christmas in front of a giant Sirius XM radio.
Yeah, so like I don't know what they're advertising, but it caught my attention, and I'm gonna go to Radio Shack.
Yeah, otherwise known as,
timeline.
in this episode, The Shack. Naive Adventures in the chat gives it 10 on 10. Dave, what'd you think about that one, The Astronauts? I know you like space.
I like space. They wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't pick that as my number one outfit to breakdance in. So I feel like it's a little much. You're gonna get hot in that uniform. But I like the beat behind it. I would, if I were Robin Thicke and I heard that, I'd probably try to turn it into a different song. Mm-hmm. And overall, 7 on 10.
Do you think it would be as problematic of a song or less if he used that?
I think it would be less. It's less of a sexual beat and more of a...
Well, it kind of has maybe like a nightclub feel where people might be, grinding all up on each other. Kathy, you ever been to a nightclub where maybe music like that could conceivably be played?
Yeah, but I don't get that vibe from this music.
I don't either.
I get maybe like late 90s, early 2000s, like Daft Punk, Cool.
Got it. Okay.
Like back music to like a rap song, but like NWA.
Maybe something at Picnic Electronic.
Maybe, but even then, it's like.
This is like music that you'd hang out at the AMC Forum, and you'd be sitting on those chairs and just looking cool.
Yeah, maybe it's like kind of arcade music.
That I could
see.
Maybe,
but that doesn't do it justice. I think it would be more like two guys are sitting in a sports car driving in Miami, and someone tries to shoot their car and they zoom away.
So some type of gang crime.
Yeah, but you can't touch these guys.
All right. So the reviews are in, quote, you can't touch these guys. Dave, let's go to the next one.
It's like the opposite of a drive-by. It's a drive-away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the phones are evolving. It's a lot of flat screen phones here. Now, again, that music really reminded me a lot of Daft Punk. Mm-hmm. Now, Kathy, coming in from the chat, we've got a question for you. This comes from MG Zozy. What's in the gray box behind Kathy? That seems probably like a series of breakers and fuses.
No, it's my bedroom.
Oh, the gray box is actually the gateway to the bedroom. Okay, so my mistake. Awesome. Looks cozy. Dave, what do you think about that last commercial?
Another great track. Whoever they got to produce these, it must be like Pharrell Williams producing these or something.
Now you're saying that maybe they're getting the hottest celebrity and music producers to take care of the Shack commercials.
Yeah, exactly. Could be early Kanye.
Yeah, maybe Timberland is on his way in soon.
Could be, yeah.
I don't think Timberland.
How come?
Because I think that it's just not a vibe.
All right. Maybe Mr. 305 is on his way in soon.
No, it's definitely not Mr. 305.
What about Rakeed?
I don't even know who that is.
What about DJ Khaled? Or as I call him, DJ Khaled.
No.
Well, Kathy from the chat.
This is some Class A. I was thinking during the commercial, I was like, if you can make phone bills cool, like you've got like top level marketing, and they
should be promoting their phone bills.
Yeah.
Kathy, MG Zozy says, okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
All right. Dave?
What about Diplo?
Or Deadmau5?
Maybe one of those guys.
What about Marshmello?
No.
All right.
Or Dave, Skrillex.
Oh.
Maybe.
What about the was it like the Chemical Brothers? Weren't they producers too in the 90s?
They actually have released more music in the last few years, and it was pretty good.
From the chat, the real Andrew McKay wants to know Steve Aoki, who I think I saw throwing birthday cakes at people.
No, not Steve Aoki.
All right.
You think Chemical Brothers came back for some more block rock and beats?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next commercial.
What are they insinuating?
That maybe radio was that Edison?
I
Einstein.
think it was Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein, yeah. I think they're trying to imply that one Radio Shack features smarter employees than many Edisons.
It just
I
wasn't
really-
clear.
I like the guitar riff a
The
lot.
riff ruled. If
Yeah,
I
cool.
were Robin Thicke listening to that, I would have put it in the song.
Can I get that? Can we get that riff one more time, Dave?
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe I'll play it live.
They have more expertise than a truckload of Einsteins.
So far, that's been my favorite song.
Yeah, but you don't like electronic music.
That's true. Well, hold on. Dave, can I hear your impersonation of the guitar riff? Okay. Kathy, can we get your impersonation? All right, let's go to the next commercial.
Well, we get along. Yeah, we really do. And there's nothing wrong. What I feel for you.
I don't like the song. I'll say that. It's a little wimpy.
Worst song so far.
Yeah.
I thought that I never really paid attention to the song because I felt like it was just really wholesome, and I felt really happy watching it. Like I wanted one of them to land in my palm.
I thought the subject matter was nice, but I thought it could have used more
No, because that would make the phones intimidating. Flying phones.
And that's the thing. Sometimes new technology can be intimidating, right, Dave? You know that for sure.
For sure. I thought that commercial could have used more. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Bum, ba, da, bum, ba, da, bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum. If you don't need what I'm trying to name. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm going high. Maybe I'm out of your mind. One thing I'm trying to domesticate you. Girl, you're an animal. But now it's in your nature, in a little way. Let me do the way, little way, and now I'm out in the bloodlines.
So that was the version if Robin Thicke had broken his jaw and his mouth was wired shut.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the next commercial.
I've got a laptop. I make music with my friends. I've got a laptop, baby. I make music with my friends. There it is.
All right, this one, the singing kind of reminded me a little bit of John Lajoie.
You know, it reminded me of David Byrne.
Oh, from Talking Heads?
From Talking Heads.
Yeah.
Letting the days go by.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
You've got a laptop. You make music with your friends.
Yeah. Once in a lifetime.
That's it. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. A mix of him and John Lajoie, filthy comedian.
Yeah.
Now, I would say my least favorite Christmas commercial so far. I want it to feel more Christmassy. A DJ Nutcracker doesn't work for me, although the name DJ Nutcracker is pretty good.
Yeah, but who are they trying to focus on? Like, they're not selling it to children.
No.
They're not selling it to older adults. They're selling it to people who are in their late teens or like in their 20s probably.
Hold on, but they were. It was a computer commercial, but I see what you're getting at because they're trying to show that even a gateway laptop, you can make music on it. And I will say that was the first laptop I owned was a gateway.
Yeah, but people who are buying who actually let's say want to make music or game, they're not going to buy your boring little, I don't know, couple $100 computers.
Yep.
Like they want to sell those. So
yeah, you don't want to buy a couple $100 laptop. Those suck. They do suck.
Yeah.
They stink. Hey, what about this? MC Nutcracker.
MC Nutcracker because of Merry Christmas?
No, because like MC Mario.
Oh, you're listening to MC Mario on Mix 96.
You're
now
listening
here's
to
a blend
MC
of
Nutcracker.
What about MC Nutcracker?
like Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Feels appropriation-y.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, you're
go to the next
appropriating
commercial.
from the crackers.
Yeah.
Trying to get away into the night, and then you tumble arms around me, and you tumble to the ground, and then you say, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
You know what? I like that one.
That was a great commercial.
I thought the performance was pretty good.
He was great.
Kathy, what'd you think?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Think about it for a second.
I wasn't sold. It would make me want to go to Radio Shack.
All right, so, but what about kind of being able to really lose yourself in the music because of the quality of the product?
I don't think so. I think that it just didn't strike anything for me.
You know, now that I think about it some more, I did like the commercial, but it's kind of nefarious because this guy's just trying to be. He thinks he's alone. He's trying to sing, and Radio Shack's advertising something that ruins privacy for this guy.
Well, coming in from the chat, we've got from the real Andrew Mackay, best one yet. Naive Adventures. This is our first request. Play it again.
We're getting an encore request?
I want to see an encore performance because I like this guy's version of Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now.
Oh.
Oh.
Trying to get away into the night, and then you tumble arms around me, and you tumble to the ground, and then you say, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
It kind of, in a lot of ways, plays like in a horror movie when someone is meant to be killed in a hilarious way.
Yeah.
But he's actually just getting peered on by a coworker. But it feels fun-loving. We've all taken pictures of someone and said, oh, look, I got this this image of you, or I took this video of you. We've all done it.
Not me.
Liar.
It's true.
I think it would have been funnier if he was taking a video of himself singing it, and then they sent it to American Idol.
So yeah, they're the first ever video auditions, pre-recorded auditions. But I think the fun of it is he's singing I Think We're Alone Now. Anyways, look, we don't have to agree. We can just coexist. Let's get
I didn't catch that.
I didn't either.
Well, wait, you didn't? That's all. Oh, God. All right.
Just kidding.
The icicles falling, falling, ooh. All the icicles falling, falling, ooh. All the icicles are falling.
Were GPSs really that hot?
Oh yeah. Well, if you think about it, this like the iPhone brought around like having your map on your phone. Before that, GPSs were what everybody had.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you don't have to pay for like a monthly plan. Like it's just all by GPS.
And you know what? I'll say this: if I was, and I have recently within the past few years, with someone renting a car, I asked them to throw the GPS in so you don't have to constantly be looking at your phone for the map. You can still look at, Facebook or Instagram or playing Bejeweled.
Did you guys' audio just go out?
What?
Oh, it's back. Jen,
that may have just been on your end.
Yeah, but on my end is the broadcast end.
Okay, well, I think we're good here, Kathy. Can you continue, please?
Yeah. So I was thinking that if I felt like I had, like, if my phone GPS didn't work well enough for me to use it, having a real GPS would be way better, because you don't you don't always have service wherever you're going, and you like you said, you don't need to like download anything. It just like all exists within the GPS.
Yeah. Now, what do you think a road trip with the three of us might look like?
Boring.
I think that we would.
All right, so we got one vote for boring from Dave. Kathy, what do you think?
I think that we would go to upstate New York.
Nice. I'm in for that. Yeah, we could
I'm
maybe
in too.
go to Cracker Barrel. Maybe after that, go get a Fripple at Friendly's or something like that.
Yeah.
So
maybe,
Dave,
maybe we even do a little hike, like a short one.
Ooh. If it's short, I can be compelled. Other than that, I'd be like,
what
no.
about like 3 kilometers? 3 kilometer.
I can't even put that in reference to somewhere in Montreal. Walking from St. Henry to where?
3 kilometers would be from the Atwater Market to Rue Courcelle and back.
Okay. Yeah, but it's
That's
all
not so
like
bad.
uphill and stuff. I'd be like, no,
Yeah,
you guys,
it might be like 45 minutes total.
I'd be like, I'll meet you guys at the bottom. I'll be sitting in this Adirondack chair, and I'll be like, oh, I met this guy Ken and his family.
But we'll do a stroll around the lake.
Oh, that sounds nice. Now, Dave, what do you think? Are you still bored by the idea?
No, it sounds refreshing. Much like
Yeah,
my
and
weekend.
you could get it done in a day, basically. We'd have to leave pretty early, though.
Mm,
You all right, James?
that's okay. I think Dave probably wakes up early. I got up at 7 o'clock yesterday.
I get up pretty early.
No, not yesterday.
I get up around 8:30.
I get up around between 8:30 and 9 when I'm just lazy. And then some days if I get up before 8, I feel like I'm accomplishing something.
All right. Well, let's get to the next commercial. I'm really happy that we've got this tentative plan in place. Really brings me a lot of joy.
Sounds good.
Gotta get here first.
Was this the longest commercial so far?
It was pretty long. I don't really.
Did Radio Shack make that power steering?
No, they had nothing to do with the car.
No, it was just someone like, I got to get to Radio Shack. I got to be the first one. There was also John Leguizamo.
It wasn't just someone. It was the Pest. John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
I recently rewatched. The Pest was pretty funny when it came out. I watched it when I was a kid. When I was just,
A youngster.
a youngster in my early teens. And I thought it was hilarious. And I rewatched it. And it is amazingly bad.
Now, Kathy, have you seen The Pest? I have not seen it.
I've not seen The Pest. And I've heard of John Leguizamo, or however you pronounce his name, but I don't really associate anything from my memory with him.
Well, now you can.
Yep, I will.
This
I'll
really
watch it.
intense Radio Shack commercial / mini movie.
Also, he was surprisingly good looking in that commercial.
Yeah, I thought he was handsome.
I was into that commercial actually, and I didn't know who that was, but I was like, this is pretty intense. Like the whole time I was like, what are they advertising?
They're advertising themselves.
He was in one of the original superhero movies. I mean, there's always been a few superhero movies, but he was in Spawn in 1997, and he played an evil demonic clown.
Oh.
Let's get to the next commercial.
Sounds good.
Alan. Me? Yes, you. Not me. Then who? Nikki. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Bernie. Who, me? Yes, you. That's the last. Then who? Who, me? Couldn't be. Then no, me. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be.
All right, so, every episode we see a trend. Last week it was a lot of Howie Long and Terry Hatcher. A lot of these, it's very short burst commercials about the Shack, I mean, it was a catchy little song they were singing while jumping rope, but overall I thought it was a little boring.
I thought it was cool because you could see the features of how the phone slid. That's what I figured the whole point was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does make sense. Dave, what do you think about that Shack commercial?
It was okay. I like a good skipping song.
All right.
Should we go to the next one?
I think we have to.
I just am so surprised that you guys haven't.
Yo, what's up, freak?
He's the Sultan of Scam.
Why I don't understand any of your Chinese?
Me love you long time, me so horny to you with you.
They call him the Pest.
Stop repeating what I'm saying. I mean it.
He's after some fast cash.
Where's my money?
I'll have the money for you. What's the day after today? Tomorrow? Tomorrow!
And the only way he's going to get it
Join me for a little gentlemanly hunt. Oh, goody, what are we gonna hunt?
is to let them hunt him.
If you survive for 24 hours, you get $50,000.
$50,000?
Now. He's got to escape the German hitmen,
Could I do that again? I was looking to the wrong thingy.
outsmart the Scottish mob,
I didn't know there was a Scottish mob.
Captain, I cannot do it. The little crystals are breaking up. She's gonna blow.
and blow away the competition.
Mom? 23,000 bills a war. Take one down. Pass it around. Bark like a dog.
TriStar Pictures and the Bubble Factory present John Leguizamo as the Pest.
All right, now I've got the upper hand, gentlemen. What's to keep me from shooting you right now? Ow! Oh!
When I dance, they call me Macarena, and the boys they say que
This
You know
whole
what?
time, I thought that we were watching a Radio Shack commercial.
That was a Radio Shack.
Yeah, it was a Radio Shack. They went into a partnership to promote John Leguizamo and TriStar Picture in the Pest. I thought the punch at the end was pretty good.
Oh,
It was pretty good. The guy who plays the villain in that movie is
Yeah, a child pornographer.
child pornographer. Yeah. Of course, they didn't know that when they filmed that movie. He's in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as well. Because they wouldn't have put him in if they knew.
Of course
that he was
not.
a child pornographer.
No.
Because that's
Wrong.
morally wrong.
Yeah. As opposed to the subject matter of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's get
Well,
to the
I
next
mean-
commercial.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean,
Those are the
uh-oh?
best gifts ever.
Uh-oh.
Don't miss it this Friday and Saturday.
Something happened. Okay. Oh, I got it. We're good. Oh, sorry. We've seen this one already. We'll just play through that one.
All the lights are coming on now. How I wish that it would snow now. I wish that I could stay.
I really like the Christmas lights on the home. I thought it was clever to use the phones. I wish it would have just been a traditional Christmas song, but we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Once you burst into the 2000s, it's a lot of more modernized takes on a Christmas jingle, so I understand it, even though I don't agree. Kathy, what do you think about that one?
yeah, it was fine. I would give it a solid 5.5 out of 10.
All right, so just a little bit more than a passing mark if
Mhm.
you're in Ontario. In Quebec, it would be a fail. Dave, what do you think about that one?
I'd be pretty pissed if I was walking down my street on a Christmas day and someone had decorated their house in phones.
No, current day or old day? Like, what if it was a bunch of recycled Blackberries now?
If it was recycled Blackberries today, that would be fantastic.
Now, did either of you ever have a Blackberry?
Yes, I absolutely did.
I did not.
When I went to University of Waterloo, which is the town that BlackBerry was in, and back then they were still pretty popular. And then as soon as I left, their company fell apart.
Now, are you trying to take some type of ownership over that?
No, it's just the timing lined up.
All right, well, let's get
But
to
it
the
could have
next
been me.
commercial. Okay, fair.
A Radio Shack associate suggested a mobile phone as part of a care package for my daughter, who for the first time is away for Christmas. There's nothing like a home movie and some magic to keep a holiday tradition alive. All through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And it all began with the help I got at Radio Shack.
This holiday season, save $100 on a TomTom Go 630 exclusively at Radio Shack.
All right, so this one is interesting because we saw it earlier. I think this is the first time we've ever seen a total duplicate. It's a commercial which, you know, targets the sentimentality of the holidays of giving your kid who's away from home a new phone, but then they just break in talking about the TomTom GPS.
Now, what's interesting about this is that I think it wasn't the exact same commercial.
I believe that it was.
Because it was the same people. I have a feeling that they film a bunch of footage and then they splice it together into commercial and then they just tack the product in the end so they can reuse the same footage.
I think the first time we saw it was the TomTom.
It was the TomTom the first time, but I felt like the order of the shots were different. But maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. So there could be a variation. Kathy, what do you think?
I think it's the same.
I also think it's the same.
I'm excited for this next one, though. I'm looking at this.
Me too. I saw the first clip.
The chat is also excited. We've already got coming in right now Biz Marquee, so let's get into it.
R.I.P.
Oh snap! Guess what I saw? Oh snap! Guess what I saw? Oh snap! Guess what I saw? Oh snap!
All right, so that one's about taking pictures. They also used a bit of a lyricless version of Say He's Just a Friend.
Well, it's not lyricless. He changed the lyrics to "Oh snap."
No, I didn't take that as singing. I thought he was taking photos, and it was funny because that was a term at the time.
Well, that's the thing about Biz Marquee. He sort of sing talks.
I don't agree with that. In the song, he goes, "Oh baby, you got
for the chorus, but for the rest of it, he sing talks.
Prove it. Impersonate it now.
Let me think of some lyrics from the song.
There was a really good point brought up in the chat where they said, "Oh snap!" like snapping.
Yeah.
Snapping a picture.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I felt like when they bring celebrities in like that to do commercials, I felt like he kept it silly, which makes it not cringe when you're doing a Radio Shack commercial, not like Katy Perry with Just Eat. I feel like
that commercial is it's just so excruciating.
Yeah, but I think this one's good.
Now, Dave, it looks like you're trying to find some of the lyrics and you're going to try to talk them out.
Have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but a year to make love she wanted you to wait? Let me tell you a story about my situation. I was talking to this girl of the U.S. nation.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that talking. It sounds like you're singing.
That's talking.
No, talking would be, have you ever met a girl who makes you want to wait? You're singing it. You're saying, have you ever met a girl who thinks you want to wait? You weren't talking. You were singing.
That's sing talking, James.
So what is rap then?
If I was singing, I would say, have you ever met a girl that you tried to date, but
but that's changing the yeah, but now you're changing the song. You're changing the song.
What? But the song is sing talking.
No, I think you were doing the same thing. You're just doing it in the style of Biz Marquee, Just a Friend.
What?
Sorry, Dave.
I'm
you
sorry.
are the weakest link.
No.
All right, let's get into
Don't you dare weakest link me.
Coming in from the chat, stick to sing talking, Dave.
I was sing talking.
Also coming in from the. Are you coming in from the? Also coming in from the chat. Are you saying that rap is sing talking?
No, rap is rapping.
Well,
Where's
that's
the
rap
line
then.
drawn? Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, Dave, you got a lot of hot takes tonight, and every time we pass you the speaking stick, you're fumbling with it.
Oh my God, guys!
Now hold on, Kathy. Are you drinking Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sing like cake. Sing talks.
Prove it. Impersonate the singing right now.
Sing talks. It's not singing. It's not talking.
You got to do it. I want to hear you. I want to hear you do some cake right now.
Crispers. Okay, they're not chips or crackers. They're crispers.
Just do short skirt, long jacket.
I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket.
That was singing. Let's go to the next commercial.
All right, guys, come on. We got a tight timeline here. We gotta find. We're just gonna turn around. We're going in circles all night. That's what we're doing. Rudolph, just take us somewhere. Someone's house. Please. We got one night. We got one night.
You probably thought he was singing in that commercial.
No, you probably thought he was singing.
No, he was talking.
Now, you want to know a song where there is full-blown, it's not even sing-talking, it's just talking. It's Eric Burden and War, Spill the Wine. He's just talking through that song except for the chorus.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one question, and I'm going to drop this whole subject.
Yeah.
Would you say that sing-talking exists at all?
Yeah.
Depends.
It depends on what.
Now, Kathy, what did you think about the voiceover on that Santa Claus? I mean, obviously they were going for something more normal, but I like my Santa to sound traditional.
Yeah, I didn't like him. It sounded like we were in a work meeting, and I guess that was the point, but it was kind of cringy to me. It felt like he was talking to reindeer who probably don't understand him.
Yeah, Dave, what did you think about that Santa Claus?
Didn't like it.
All right, okay, so there are some agreements tonight, but I do like that it was for a GPS.
Mm.
Let's go to the next one.
Stands for?
Tom.
There we go, confirmed.
I remember this commercial.
You know what? I like that one. I thought like the little animation of the soldier elf was good. I think in the title card at the end, I would prefer if the color scheme was festive. Which is a very, it's a very minor critique.
It was festive. They had Facebook on their phones, so that means Facebook was around at that time.
So we're looking at, probably 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Now, coming in from the chat, Dave, you might appreciate this. Thomas Barnwell writes, William Shatner sing talks.
I agree.
But he also just talks through the song.
See, here's my thing. I don't think you think that sing talking exists. And so I said
it depends. I said that I didn't feel that your examples were sing talking.
Right, but give me one example that is then.
Maybe one of the most overrated musicians of all time, Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen does sing talk.
He just mutters through it. There you go. You asked me for an example. I gave you one. Home run, first try. Around the bases, sliding. I don't even need to slide in a home plate. It's a home run. Maybe I slide just to put some mustard on it. I round third. I'm like, you know what? The ball's out of the park. I'm going to slide into home. Let's go to the next commercial. Dave, I love you, baby.
Catcher catches it. You're up.
It's a home run.
It's a home run.
I like that one. I thought it was cool that they used a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I love the timeline for this, and when they're just trying to get phones out to everybody in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, you never see commercials now where there's like multiple phones, like 100 of them being airlifted down to society. Now it's always, look at this one phone with these very specific features.
Well, it's interesting because if Radio Shack still existed, what would they be marketing? I guess it would just be you can come get your iPhone here, your Samsung Galaxy here. I don't know if there'd be that much to market anymore.
Well, there's computers. There's computer stuff. They would have audio systems, I think. There's still a lot of gadgets.
Okay, but then let's talk about this. Why is it that Best Buy still exists? And here, Future Shop is obsolete, so perhaps Future Shop is Canada's Radio Shack. What happened to them? Why'd they fail so hard, I wonder?
They were overtaken by online retailers.
Well, why didn't it happen to Best Buy, though?
Best Buy, basically, it's shrunk in size since. Like, the overall market of the big box retailers shrunk in size. It's just that there's still enough of a market there for one major player in the space.
All right.
I don't know. I also feel like the assortment at Best Buy is generally better. There's a wider range of products that you can get, and they're probably better and able to order things in from their warehouse, which is kind of like e-commerce.
You could buy fridges at Best Buy now.
Sure, and you can buy
That's true too.
electronics
They
at
do have
Walmart.
home stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the next one.
Som hade fått napp. Det var kyligt i luften, jag nästan kall. Våran brasa den skaka och mygg var överallt. Man sitter och grillar med folket man gillar och midsommar man jobbar och sillar.
I mean, very European, very European. What do we think about? What do we think about that song?
I don't know. I'm not into that one.
I liked it. It would be something that I wouldn't necessarily listen to on the radio or on Spotify, but if it came on at a Polish grocery store, I'd be okay with it.
So Swedish music playing at a Polish grocery store.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dave, what were you listening to on your Spotify today?
I have it on. What I've done is I've sort of given myself to the mercy of the algorithm. So I'll just like songs, and then I'll play my Discover Weekly music. So there's all sorts of stuff that I'm finding out. It's sort of settled on like a reggae kind of area of music. Reggae.
All right, Kathy, how about you? What were you listening to today?
I also had on my Discover Weekly, and it's any mix of, I guess, like alternative rock and EDM.
Whoa, okay. Well, we're at 10:16. I think that means we've got time for maybe one more commercial, but we always have the opportunity, in case the one final commercial sucks, we watch another final commercial. Are we ready for this?
We might break the emergency glass if this commercial's not good.
That's absolutely correct. Now, would we refer to that as sing talking?
No, that was singing.
Well, it sounds like what you were doing is Biz Marquee, which you claim was sing talking. Because all that guy was saying was, I just want you for myself. A little Strokes-ish.
No, it was more like, I just want you for myself.
Now, Kathy, can we hear your impersonation?
I just want you for myself.
Kathy went a little bit Scott Stapp of Creed-like.
A little bit, yeah. But
yeah, Kathy's was more, I just want you for myself.
See, that's singing, my man.
Yeah, but I was also, my impersonation of Kathy ended up sounding like Scott Weiland of Stone Temple Pilots, rest in peace.
Well, I'm not going to do an impersonation of you because it might...
I think that you should do
it. It might turn out like Scott Adams of Dilbert.
I think that you should impersonate me impersonating Kathy. Kathy, let's hear your version again.
I just want you for myself.
I just want you for myself.
With arms wide open.
No, now you're going back to Scott Stapp of Creed. I went to Scott Weiland of Stone Temple Pilots. Let's talk about the commercial. What do we think about that one? Short and sweet as we've seen all night, except for that one long one with John Leguizamo. Thoughts about that commercial?
Like the music.
You thought you enjoyed that song, so if that one popped up on your, after your little like a commercial on Spotify, you get I just want you for myself.
Yeah.
Mine's sounding a little Cobainish now.
Yeah, that was Cobain for sure.
Yeah, it was a B-side on Bleach.
Kurt.
Also, during the commercial, for the first little bit of it, I found out the reasons why Radio Shack failed.
All right, well, Dave, let's see. Do you have any thoughts on the commercial? Then we'll go to Kathy on why it failed,
It was all right. Let's go to why it failed.
All right, Kathy, let's do this.
The number one reason is the high store concentration.
Mm.
So there were 4,300 stores in North America, but there were many stores that were way too close to each other. So...
Well, that's interesting, right? It's almost like the Tim Hortons effect, but Tim Hortons is specifically selling coffee and donuts.
But how often are people buying electronics compared to coffee?
I need to buy my electronics in the morning, otherwise I can't operate.
The online.
If I don't get my electronics first thing,
you're a monster.
Yeah, I'm a monster.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is the online competition. So that's Dave's point about e-commerce. The one after that, product concentration. They tried to focus deeply on cell phones, and they didn't broaden the types of.
Well,
items
that's what we're seeing right now. This is very interesting.
Yep. Apparently, they have management problems.
Oh.
They constantly change management. For like a less than a 10-year period, they changed the CEO 7 different times.
That's awesome.
And this actually checks out because they set a goal of restoring profitability. And they had like many aggressive differing marketing campaigns. So that's something we also saw.
One of which includes, I just want you for myself. Last night, she's in, baby, I'm being. Now, Dave, did you like that song when it came out? You must have.
Which song? The Strokes?
Last night, she's in, I'm being loud night.
I loved the Strokes when they came out.
You loved them.
Yeah. That was there was the Strokes, there was the Hives.
Yeah.
There was the White Stripes. Those were all. There was a bunch of the bands that came out.
Yeah. What was the Hives? Much like the Strokes, it was like, "Hey, to say I told you so." All right.
I wanna get free. I wanna get free.
And then of course the White Stripes. Bum 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 bum.
Boom,
Stinks.
boom, 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 boom.
I don't like that song at all. I think Fell in Love with a Girl. Short and sweet. Enough that you could play it a couple times and you're okay with it.
I love the White Stripes are my favorite of those, but the Strokes were really great.
I have one more for you guys. One last failing. The last one is financial missteps. So in 2013, they got a $585 million line of credit from PE Capital, and then a $250 million
$250 million.
Oh, she left. She made a fumble and she left.
Yeah,
out
the
of
shame
sheer
was
embarrassment.
And now everyone knows that Kathy's real name is Catherine.
Catherine Fagan. Okay, wait, let me finish this. So, a $250 million loan from Salus, but the $250 million loan came with the condition that Radio Shack could not close more than 200 stores per year without their consent. So they ended up having a really high burn rate for keeping open all these stores that weren't actually making any profit because they couldn't close more than 200.
This is almost like, when you watch a movie or an episode of the TV show where like something bad has happened, it's like, let's show you how we got here. We're essentially, for people who don't know, Radio Shack is out of business. So, spoiler.
That's me, Radio Shack. You're probably wondering how I got here.
I hope somebody makes a movie about it.
Oh, kind of like The Social Network, but it's about Radio Shack?
Guys, we could make one.
Yeah, or like The Big Short.
Now, well, here's the thing, right? So for people, the uninformed, the three of us periodically will perform improvised comedy together. What if we did improvised Radio Shack? And we ask the audience, what do you think that means? And then just go.
I like it.
I thought you meant it like we were going to improvise a Radio Shack store.
Maybe. Could be.
Like we literally sell things, not at Montreal Improv. Like we're improvising a store and we're opening it, calling it Radio Shack.
No, I mean a live improv set.
Yeah, that could work.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I also like that. Well, keep your eyes peeled for upcoming shows that feature Kathy, Dave, and myself. We've done it again, the 9th installment of the Radio Shack Retrospective. Kathy, we talked about it off the top. You've been here to see a couple of them. What was it like to experience it live and in living color, as they say?
It was good. I think that I enjoyed it because I had a lot of opinions when I was in the chat when you guys were playing it, so it's nice to be able to give them live.
Oh yeah, Dave, now what do you think? We've gone through 9. The next time we do this is a big episode. It's the 10th edition.
I'm excited for the 10th edition. I hope that maybe we can have a best of list or something. Best commercial reviews.
So not even a best commercials, just our best reviews?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go through 9 episodes to find our reviews. So we're looking at well over 9 hours of footage, because every episode is, roughly about an hour and 15 minutes. So hours of episodes.
Yeah, that's right.
And each episode features about 10 to 12 minutes of commercials. Dave, how far did we get in the compilation? We started at 1 hour 38. Where are we at now?
We did pretty well. We're at 1 hour and 45, which means we officially have 20 minutes left.
So it's not inconceivable that we have the 10th edition and the 11th edition, and that's it. Or we put our eggs in one basket and we go hard for the 10th and final edition.
I think we might just have to put our eggs in a singular basket and go hard.
Cathy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you should go hard.
All right. If Dave says it, if Cathy says it, I'm saying it too. And just like Sting, Rod Stewart, and Bryan Adams said, all for one, all for love.
Is that what he said?
Well, they said it.
Oh.
Well, Cathy and Dave, thanks so much for being here tonight. Who knows what the future holds for us? We might be doing improvised Radio Shack, and to the enjoyment of no one. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for any potential surprise episodes that manifest themselves. Where you can find that information is on our very crappy Instagram account at Home with James Show. Until then, that's Cathy, that's Dave, I'm James, you are you, we were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.
Well, I should probably play the song, right?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha!